Welcome back, my fellow patriots, to the Save Our Republic daily video series. We are continuing our explanation and exploration of the Preamble of the United States Constitution. It begins, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare," and here's the new phrase we're covering today, "and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity." So there's a couple points here I want to make. First off, to have a blessing in the sense that the founders were using, that presumes that there is a higher power that blesses those that mankind or others, and that it is something supernatural from a creator or a divine origin, and that people that have that are receiving a benefit from the creator, nature, nature's law, whatever phraseology you want to use. That's also reflected in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, etc. So this is a fundamental, deeply rooted, and important concept that the founders understood and believed in fervently, most of them. I'm not going to say everyone, but most of them that were involved in creating the Declaration and the Constitution. And even people that were more unusual and not traditional, but unorthodox in their beliefs, maybe deist, such as Thomas Jefferson, always talked about a divine power in one fashion or another. George Washington and Jefferson in particular, as well as others, often thought that there was a divine providence that was ushering the events of the American Revolution and the fate of the country forward in a positive way. And this comes through in the Constitution. We don't normally think of it that way because the Constitution rarely refers to this idea, unlike the Declaration, which is deeply rooted and very expressed and explicit about it. And we, of course, today think of the Constitution in the sense of protecting all religious liberty, including the right of agnostics and atheists not to have a religion through the First Amendment. But the Preamble clearly recognizes this idea of blessings. And it's blessings of liberty. And so liberty, of course, is the ability to live your life the way that you would like, so long as you're not infringing on the unalienable rights of others. And so in the Declaration of Independence, it was referred to as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as some of those unalienable rights that were recognized and protected through the laws of nature, nature's God. And one of the precipitating causes for the American Revolution was to protect the unalienable rights of the people. Likewise here, the purpose of the Constitution, among several, is to secure those blessings of liberty. So we, again, normally in today's modern age, what jumps to the fore is freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom of association, freedom to petition a government, the freedom to assemble, also the free exercise of religion and not having an established religion, due process protections afforded to criminal defendants, the right to a jury, that bundle of rights, either in the Bill of Rights or elsewhere in the Constitution, like the prohibition of ex post facto laws, which is making something criminal that wasn't criminal at the time that you did it, etc. There's a whole slew of these, both in the amendments, but also in the body of the Constitution. And it also has a time frame here. It says to ourselves, to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves, so the men that made the Constitution, but also to our posterity. And we are that posterity. Many generations have passed, and the Constitution still is intended to secure, to protect, to defend, to guard the blessings of liberty. And we have, thankfully, over the course of more than 2 centuries, expanded who is protected in our social compact, who deserves to have those blessings of liberty secured, to not just white men who may have owned property, but to all citizens and even legal resident aliens in the United States, that their blessings of liberty can be secured in America. So it's fundamental to our Constitution, that we believe in rights that come from above, that the purpose of the Constitution is to secure those rights, not just for the founding generation, but for all of us even today. And of course, to protect and secure those rights into the future and our posterity, it is up to us to defend and fight for them every single day. Until next time, don't forget about America's Survival Guide at americasurvivalguide.com, Patriot Week at patriotweek.org, the Patriot Lessons American History and Civics podcast, and please like, share, and subscribe. Again, I'm doing this as a test basis. We'll see how much demand is for this series and whether or not it's doing its job. And the only way I can really gauge that is if you like, share, etc. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America. And I'll see you tomorrow.